Tank versus Teofimo Lopez is a fight we should now wait for because, well, after a long wait, it has finally been confirmed. This matchup, which has been anticipated by fans for years, is set to pit two of the sport's biggest stars against each other.
He's been catered more than I've been, and pampered more than I've ever been.
Davis, the reigning WBA lightweight world champion, and Lopez, the brash super lightweight champion, are now on a collision course that promises some excitement we haven't seen recently. Gervonta Tank Davis has earned a fearsome reputation for his incredible knockout power. With 28 knockouts in his 30 wins, Tank is a fighter who consistently delivers explosive performances. Only two men have gone the distance with him: German Miraz early in his career, and Isaac Cruz, who took Davis the full 12 rounds due to a hand injury Tank suffered midway through their fight. Despite that, Davis remains a dominant force in the lightweight division, and his explosive style continues to captivate boxing fans.
It's an easy read for Tank. I think that with myself and Tank, oh, hell yeah, it's explosive. But I'm really going to outclass him. Talks about mind games and all that stuff, but this mind that I have here.
Teofimo Lopez, on the other hand, is a fighter known for his brash personality and immense confidence, backed up by his impressive skills inside the ring. Lopez shocked the world when he defeated Vasily Lomachenko in 2020 to capture the lightweight titles, and he recently moved up to super lightweight, where he continues to make waves. Although Lopez had hinted at a possible move to welterweight, it seems that the attraction of a high-profile showdown with Gervonta Davis has brought him back down to lightweight for this massive fight. The confirmation of this fight comes after months of speculation, rumors, and back and forth between both camps. Bob Arum, the legendary promoter who has guided Lopez's career, has been vocal about his belief that Teofimo Lopez can beat Gervonta Davis. In a recent interview with Boxing Scene, Arum boldly stated that he believes Lopez, along with Shakur Stevenson and Vasily Lomachenko, has the ability to dethrone Tank. Tank Davis is an excellent fighter and a big attraction, Arum said, but I like our guys to win the fight. All three would beat Davis. I really believe that.
And he showed me that he doesn't really quite believe in himself. Because if a man believes in himself and his ability, he takes a fight against Vasily Lomachenko in 2016, 2017.
Arum's confidence in Lopez adds fuel to the fire of this already heated matchup. Lopez is known for his aggressive fighting style and his ability to adapt to his opponents. He has shown his willingness to take on all challengers, and now he has his sights set on Davis. The prospect of Lopez stepping into the ring with Tank is one that has boxing fans buzzing with anticipation. Gervonta Davis, for his part, has never shied away from a challenge. He thrives on proving his doubters wrong and silencing critics with his fists. In the build-up to this fight, Davis is likely to be just as focused as ever, knowing that Lopez represents one of the toughest challenges of his career. The clash of styles between Davis's knockout power and Lopez's speed and technical skills makes this fight a must-see event.
Stylistically, they're the same fighter. The makeup is a little different, the size is a little different, but their boxing style, the way that they fight, is the exact same.
Still, Shakur Stevenson, who is also considered one of the best in the lightweight division, has his own plans to face Davis down the road. Stevenson, now signed with Eddie Hearn's Matchroom, is scheduled to fight Joe Cordina on October 12th, and a bout with William Zepeda could be next. While Stevenson isn't directly involved in this Davis-Lopez matchup, the result of this fight could have significant implications for him as well. Stevenson, Davis, and Lopez have all been mentioned as part of a potential round-robin of elite lightweight fighters, making this fight even more intriguing. Vasily Lomachenko, who was once in talks for a fight with Davis earlier this year, is currently taking a break from the sport.
One potential opponent is Gervonta Davis. He's a new champion at 130. Would you want to fight him next if it came up?
I don't know. For me, he is not interesting.
Lomachenko's absence leaves the door open for Davis, Lopez, and Stevenson to take center stage in the lightweight division. Should Davis emerge victorious against Lopez, the stage could be set for an eventual clash with Stevenson or a rematch with Lomachenko in the future. Before settling for Tank, Teofimo had his eyes on Isaac Cruz. Teofimo Lopez's career has been filled with audacious moves and big fights, but even a warrior like him sometimes has to navigate frustrating roadblocks. One such instance involved his attempt to face the fiery Mexican, Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Lopez, never one to shy away from a challenge, was confident that a clash with Cruz would solidify his dominance. However, after his attempts to land the fight were rebuffed, Lopez shifted his focus back to an even bigger target, Tank Davis.
Him on that, he ain't gonna fight me. I tried to fight Isaac Cruz, they said no. Sabrina Matias complained about his hand, but now he's fighting in June.
In an interview on the Danza Project, Lopez shed light on his efforts to make the Cruz fight happen. I tried to fight Isaac Cruz and I spoke to his manager, Lopez explained. They said, whoa, we just got the belt champ. We gotta go and get the Gervonta Davis rematch. Lopez wasn't shy about expressing his disappointment, but in typical Teofimo fashion, he didn't mince words. So you're going to see that very soon, he added, implying that a Cruz-Davis rematch was on the horizon. Lopez didn't hold back his frustration about the missed opportunity. I'm saying it how it is, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry, he said, illustrating his no-nonsense attitude. The setback stung, but Lopez isn't the type to dwell on missed chances. Instead, he's recalibrating his strategy, and this time, his eyes are squarely set on Gervonta Davis. If Cruz won't fight me, then I'll get to Tank first, Lopez confidently declared, signaling his intent to pursue a massive showdown with the lightweight sensation.
How do you feel you guys matched up back then? How would you feel about a fight in the future?
Back then, I think I even sparred somebody else before that. I was just working with him.
The history between Davis and Cruz adds a compelling layer to the story. The two first fought in December 2021, with Davis edging out a unanimous decision victory over the tough Mexican. The fight was competitive, with Cruz applying constant pressure and Davis showcasing his boxing IQ and counterpunching ability. Many fans have waited for a rematch ever since, especially now that Cruz has gained momentum and captured the WBA super lightweight title after defeating Rolly Romero in March. Cruz's promoter, Manny Pacquiao, along with his manager, Sean Gibbons, have expressed a keen interest in staging the Davis rematch in December. December is perfect, Gibbons told Boxing Scene. We're not chasing Tank now that we have the belt, but everywhere we go, everyone wants to know when we're fighting Gervonta Davis. Cruz and his team are well aware of the demand for a second bout, and they're positioning themselves to make it happen sooner rather than later. Gibbons reiterated that Cruz is ready to fight Davis again, and that it's only a matter of time before the fans get what they want. He'll fight, then Pitbull will fight, and we'll be ready. Lopez's ambition to fight Cruz, and now Davis, speaks volumes about his confidence and willingness to test himself against the best.
I'll just tell y'all straight up, Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis or Wahid now, to Assalamu Alaikum. When it came to all those things, I think that they still have to make their reruns first before they put them against me.
The frustration of being snubbed by Cruz may have stung, but it also fueled Lopez's determination to prove that he belongs at the top of the sport. I can get to Tank first, Lopez said, echoing his belief that he has the skills and the drive to beat Davis to the punch, both figuratively and literally. The Cruz rematch would be a highly anticipated event, but Lopez isn't content to wait for the outcome of that fight. Instead, he's determined to put himself in position to fight Davis as soon as possible. And for Lopez, the path to Tank goes through more than just call-outs and negotiations. It involves taking on the best opponents available and continuing to build his legacy. For now, though, Lopez is set to face Steve Claggett in his next bout. While Claggett might not have the star power of a Cruz or Davis, he presents a stern test for Lopez, and it's after this fight that we're sure of him facing Tank. Now, we are not even surprised that Tank will be fighting Lopez soon. It's something that his dad has always wanted. Lopez Sr. has never been shy about hyping up his son, and now, more than ever, he wants to see Teofimo face Davis in what would undoubtedly be one of the most anticipated fights of the year.
My son already faced Tank when he was only 15 years old, and Tank was about 30 pounds bigger than him, and when we sparred him.
For years, Lopez Sr. has been eyeing Davis as a future opponent for Teofimo, convinced that his son has what it takes to dethrone the undefeated knockout artist. Tank is a F monster, Lopez Sr. admitted to BoxingScene.com. I respect Tank. He has a powerful left hand, but he needs to go to the top dogs. We're right there, we're waiting for him. Lopez Sr.'s desire for this fight isn't new. He's been vocal for a long time about wanting his son to face Davis, believing that the styles and personalities of the two fighters would create an explosive encounter. The brash father-son duo has always been willing to challenge the biggest names in boxing. And after Teofimo's shocking victory over Vasily Lomachenko in 2020, their confidence soared to new heights.
You know, to me, he outworked in boxing. You know, the way to beat Tank, you gotta box him. You gotta box him. You gotta be, you know, Tank is scared of the boxers. He's scared of the guys that know how to box. Those are the guys he's scared of.
Teofimo Lopez became the unified lightweight champion after beating Lomachenko, a fight that many thought he couldn't win. That night solidified Teofimo's status as one of the top fighters in the sport, and his father has been eager to see him continue proving his worth against the best in the world. However, the path to a fight with Davis hasn't been straightforward. Gervonta Davis has been busy dealing with rivals of his own, including a high-profile showdown against Ryan Garcia and Frank Martin earlier.
Boxing fans have talked about you and Ryan for a long time.
I think more me and Tank will be than Ryan. I like facing the guys that beat the guy rather than the guy that lost to the guy.
Just like the fight with Teo, Davis and Garcia had been engaged in a war of words for years, with Garcia often taunting Davis on social media and in interviews. Many even believed the fight would never happen, but on April 22nd, 2023, the two finally faced off at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Davis, as he often does, fought a patient and strategic fight against Garcia. With Davis now having dispatched Garcia and Martin, his future remains uncertain. Lopez Sr. is convinced that Davis will be back in the ring soon, and believes that it's only a matter of time before he and Teofimo Lopez meet in what would be a blockbuster bout. Teofimo Lopez has been on a journey of reinvention since moving up to super lightweight in 2022. After his shocking loss to George Kambosos Jr., which cost him his lightweight titles, Teofimo has been rebuilding his career and confidence. Now it's interesting that this has been arranged because after fighting Tank, Teofimo says he will now be ready to fight Crawford next.
Devin Haney had that situation with Ryan Garcia. There's nobody else, really. And then everybody keeps bringing up Tank. With Gervonta, they got him on that. He ain't gonna fight me. Niggas too pussy. So I'd just rather go after the guy that's too much of an ego, and that's Terrence Crawford.
Fresh off his bout with Davis, Lopez isn't backing down from the idea of facing one of boxing's pound-for-pound kings. After Crawford's performance against Madrimov, Lopez seems unfazed and has taken aim at the current super welterweight sensation. In an interview with Fight Hub TV, Lopez wasn't shy about sharing his thoughts on Crawford's recent performance. He admitted that he was surprised by what he perceived as Crawford's decline.
Do I want Crawford? Absolutely. What kind of question is that? See, y'all don't understand, man. I aim for greatness. And what is that? Fighting the best. Crawford says he's the best. I know I'm the best.
I was surprised to see Crawford decline so quickly, Lopez stated. I thought he had a couple more years before age caught up to him. This statement caused some talk in the community. Crawford, the two-time undisputed champion, has long been regarded as one of the most technically sound and versatile fighters of his generation. However, Lopez believes that age might be catching up to the 36-year-old, and he's not shy about throwing his name into the hat for a potential showdown.
Ryan Bud Crawford coming out right now. Crawford, that's what you want.
No, anybody but a dead body.
Lopez's desire to fight Crawford stems from his belief that it's a matchup the sport of boxing desperately needs. Lopez called out Crawford, saying that a fight between them would be reminiscent of some of the greatest matchups in boxing history. Why not, man? He's done it. Two-time undisputed. I've done it. Two-time undisputed, Lopez said. This would be a reincarnation of the main thing, Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran. Come on, somebody hype it up for us. We need it. Boxing needs it. The best fighting the best. Lopez clearly respects Crawford's achievements, but he is confident that a fight between them would capture the attention of the boxing world.
Telling y'all, man, positivity kills it all.
Comparing their potential bout to the legendary clashes of the past, Lopez is selling the fight as a battle between two undisputed champions, both of whom have proven themselves at the top of their respective divisions. He's hoping that the allure of two fighters who have reached the pinnacle of the sport will generate enough interest to make the fight happen. But Lopez didn't stop there. He went on to make bold claims about his own skills, stating that in his eyes, he's better than Crawford in nearly every aspect of the sport. From what I noticed today, I am better at everything, Lopez said confidently. Every single thing that I do. From the catch and shoot, the speed, the velocity of punches, the amount of combinations and head movement, the changes in footwork, defense, and the power, everything. For Lopez, his recent experiences in the ring have only bolstered his confidence.
Floyd knows I could beat Tank. He's just setting up his boy. I think Tank was happy that I mean, you think Floyd was happy that Tank left?
Can that fight happen for
You
the
think
right
that Floyd was there at Ryan Garcia and Tank fight?
Having faced and defeated some of the best fighters in the lightweight and super lightweight divisions, including Vasily Lomachenko, Lopez believes that his skills have evolved to a point where he can compete with and even surpass Crawford. Lopez's comments have set the stage for what could be a fascinating matchup. Crawford, currently fighting at super welterweight, has shown little interest in moving back down in weight. His focus remains on unifying the belts in the super welterweight division, where he's been making waves since his dominant victory over Errol Spence Jr. Crawford has already cemented his legacy as a two-time undisputed champion, and a fight against Lopez, while intriguing, may not be at the top of his list. However, Lopez isn't one to shy away from challenges, even if it means moving up in weight. He's already expressed his willingness to step into the super welterweight division to make the fight happen. "I'll move up," Lopez said. "If that's what it takes to fight the best, I'll do it. We're both undisputed champions, and that's the fight the fans deserve." Now that we have Riyadh season in the mix, why can't we make a Crawford and Teofimo fight happen? We're in the house now. Make it happen, Lopez confidently stated. He added that more money in boxing creates more opportunities, saying, "More money doesn't cause more problems, more money causes more boxing." Lopez's bold declarations aren't without merit. He believes he's ready to move up in weight and take on the best at 154 pounds, including Crawford. "Absolutely, and I will. Just send me the date. I am walking at 155 pounds right now. I can fight Crawford right now."
You saw Tio weigh in. What you think about it? Man, fuck Tio.
Despite his eagerness to fight Crawford, Lopez remains realistic. His focus is on Gervonta Davis first, and he intends to make that fight happen before making the jump to 154 pounds. However, Lopez isn't just fixated on Davis. He's open to taking on other top fighters at 147 pounds, including the highly regarded IBF welterweight champion, Jaron "Boots" Ennis. Lopez revealed that he and Ennis have known each other since their amateur days, and that he would be open to fighting him if the opportunity presented itself. "To be honest, whatever plans they have, I have nothing but respect for Boots," Lopez said. "We've known each other a long time. We won the National Golden Gloves together in 2015. We were both 17 years old. If people want to see it, then we'll do it."
I think that Boots is a great stylistic fighter. However, about 30 of his fights have been in club shows, have all been in Philly shows. No one to really challenge him just yet.
Lopez's competitive nature is evident, and he's determined to stay active in the ring. He passed on a September fight date, not because he was dodging any opponents, but because he wanted to fight in Southern California. "I didn't duck or dodge Brian Norman at all," Lopez said, addressing rumors of him avoiding certain matchups. "I just want to try a different avenue, with all due respect, and fight in Los Angeles. I've never fought in LA, and I want to, and I'll still fight Brian Norman this year." Lopez is at a stage in his career where he's more focused on making smart decisions and taking control of his future. He has already fought in iconic venues like Madison Square Garden in Las Vegas, but now he's looking to expand his presence and make a mark in new territories. "All I am doing is just dictating and taking care of my career. We put our lives in there, and I am at that point now where I have earned it," Lopez explained. Despite his desire for a Crawford fight, Lopez's immediate focus remains on facing Davis. He's determined to become a 3-division world champion by the time he's 27, and that journey starts with taking on Tank. Well, how do you think this fight will go? Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more. See you in the next update.